It's your boy, Skinny Penis, with another live commentary. After we had Puerto Rico, me essentially just not saying anything, being crazily confused as to what happens, to be honest. We're now checking out the direct comparison from the IGN ones, which I would say is an overall more impactful armor cruiser. I mean, unless, as I did, unless you get into radar range with Puerto, Yoshino is mostly better off overall. Um, we're running, funnily enough, the wrong spec on our Yoshino here. I just moved the Yodo captain, so my concealment is horrendous, because I'm playing heavy HE. But we should still be able to make use of that. By the way, isn't my minimap smaller? No, my minimap is same size. Okay, never mind. Well, we got flank spawn again. We have very favorable matchmaking, apart from the Malta, obviously, and the submarine, since we love carriers and submarines. We're going to the flank again. Since I'm running DFA and I'm not having any radar or hydro, I'm not going to the rock. It's pretty pointless at this stage anyways. Since I would just get myself stuck, couldn't use all my DPM. Also, maybe I get some nice torpedo angles on the 10 line if I go deep into the flank. We're a bit fucked though, because of the heavy HE spec. Probably I'm just going to respec the commander after this game. I don't really know. Will I? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. What I could also do is just pop my spotter plane, abuse my heavy HE garbage, and is that motherfucker AFK? Oh, he's just stationary. But he shot me at 24 kilometers. Well, that's an interesting engagement here, huh? I mean, Yoshino has one of the largest base range on any cruiser, with a spotter plane on top of it. Still, you see lots of Yoshinos spec into range mod for some reason. Like, that's hilarious. As you can see, the my torpedo range is 20 km and my gun range is like way further out. That guy isn't AFK, by the way. Obviously he shot us. Carrier going for him immediately. Maybe he gets a flooding. He got an engine damage, so I would assume this guy DCPs in a while. Yeah, he DCP'd, so our next salvo could potentially cheese a permafire into him. Funny Yoshino gameplay. Funny moments in World of Warships. Spamming a battleship at 23, 24 kilometers, nearly outranging him. To be honest, you outrange certain battleships in Yoshino, and if you pop spotter plane, you actually outrange a whole bunch of battleships. Still doesn't mean that you should camp permanently in base just to make use of your range. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to play it or use it. That's not the point of the range, to be fair. Pressure is being alleviated because of the Yamato leaving, and the Richelieu and the Bismarck don't overmatch me everywhere, so I can actually go fairly aggressive here. Also given the fact that my gearing is here pretty aggressive, my key pushed up, and my carrier is permanently flying over here to give people the funny treatment with planes. Going to pre-turn my turret to the right, because I'm going to where the key is, so I want to shoot them on my right. If the moment you realize that you're out of position and you have to go into a different one to shoot people effectively again, you should already think about pre-turning turret to save time. On some cruises, obviously, it doesn't really matter. On some others, like Yoshino, where you have slow turning turrets, you should definitely do that. It's a Sherman here, so we're not really running the risk of being torped. Submarine spawned on the other flank. Still, we don't really have any means of effectively spotting the Sherman out of the smoke. I'm gonna be a bit careful here. Gonna pop the Def AA. The fuck with the Malta. Piss off. Thank you. Adios. I insta-DCP, so I'm not taking unnecessary fire damage, because I'm gonna go dark now. Well, 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 man, there's a Sherman sitting in front of me. Would you believe it? Maybe I blind fire him. Right before I go behind the rock. I got one hit. Doesn't really matter. Got 2 modules knocked out. It's most likely his shitty torpedo tubes. Get a lot of module damage just because I think every single torp tube on this ship is a module on its own. We're going to torp the Yamato here, maybe. Enemy team going towards the flank after all. Unfortunate, given how we prepped our position now to shoot them. You can see here, Yoshino gets the battlecruiser dispersion, which is super accurate. The guy just killed himself, 2 torpedoes. Kind of. I can't lob it, so I'm going to go and shoot the Yamato again. Yamato is also the biggest threat here in terms of overmatch. Like, I can just tank the Bismarck and the Richelieu if I'm angled. I can't do that really with the Yamato. I think our gearing got caught in Bismarck Hydro or something. I'm getting 0 hits here with my main gun shells. Also, there is no consecutive spotting on the... What the fuck happened in the middle? No one knows. Why is there a dead Minotaur? Why did a lightning trade with a Minotaur? So many questions, so few answers. We slow down here. We don't want to go further away. I mean, we're not really pressured yet. We're just gonna chill here. Too many smokes, to be honest. Puerto Rico would be perfect in this kind of scenario, so I could actually radar and play closer up. But I would really appreciate that Yamato being spotted for once. Because I feel kind of useless here, not gonna lie. I mean, the Richelieu will die. Well, well, well. The Bismarck is most likely going to come around here. I could theoretically turn my turrets towards the left again to be prepared for that. No, I won't. The Yamato is just straight up sending it. I'm still dark behind the smoke, so I might take the chance to turn in and send torpedoes on the nose and spot. I hit 6 shells on a shit turrets, man. What the fuck? God fucking damn it. Sometimes these people are just way too lucky. That's a no fire prevention yam. I have the fire on where the turrets are, but the main structure is not on fire. Sometimes it's hard to see with that kind of ship. There you go. Finally I hit some platings that I actually penetrate with HE, so I get damage. This motherfucker intentionally taking 3 trillion torps. DCP was still on, so no permafloods. I think the second salvo could permaflood him though. Our gearing effectively killed himself for this, so questionable if it was worth it. Really questionable, but this is a permaflood, I think. Sherman is open water. I still gotta fuck that Yamato out. It would be very good if I get a second fire. No, I don't get a second fire. Okay. CV deals with this guy himself. We're going to shoot once on the Bismarck. We're going to torp. Then we're going to angle up to the Sherman, since the Yamato went behind the rock. Force the Sherman into smoke. There you go. Gonna give him a nice little parting gift. Oh, pretty decent hit there, for sure. And I'm going to kill the Richelieu just to limit the amount of guns that could potentially fuck with me. Secondary a key from what I can see, but the key was like more confused than helpful. How unlucky can I get with my volleys here? Jesus Christ. Oh, we're just kiting it out. There's 3 battleships versus 2. Well, versus 2 now. The gearing. 3 battleships and a Sherman versus 2 people. So yeah, we gotta be a bit careful. I think the Yamato beached himself, so I'm going to use the opportunity to turn in. I'm also going to switch to AP here, because the carrier makes this guy go flat broadside to me. I'm going to also risk citadels from the back turrets, but I don't really mind at this point. 10k HE alpha with 2 fires. It's the thing, like the HE on Yoshino is straight up way better than on Puerto, given the dispersion and the alpha. The AP is also super strong, that's the thing. You like the improved pen angles, but your AP do be smashing. So since this guy is flat broadside, I don't even need to shoot HE for permafires again here. I can just kill him straight up. AP, I guess. Going to be a fast and easy death. The people from the middle are also shooting him. Everyone's shooting him. I mean, he ran aground flat broadside because the carrier made him turn. He shouldn't have fucking dodged in that way. Do I get the kill? It's like it. Okay, well, GG's. We're going to torpedo randomly into the direction of the Sherman. These torps are like fire and forget crap. Like sometimes you get a torpedo hit, but you should not spec anything on torps on Yoshino either. It's kind of like the same as Yodo, where you can send the torps, get occasional torpedo hits, but overall the torps are spotted way too easily. So it's not an effective armament against competent people. Therefore, you can't rely on it to carry you a game. And they capped at least, so if they die, we won't win the game immediately. I'm going to kill the Yamato here, and I'm going to focus the Sherman. That's, by the way, the thing. Like, you should definitely get the Yamato out here before the Sherman. And the Sherman dies too fast, so we're looking at a GG Reds moment. Yeah, Brandenburg gets the kill. I could have maybe gotten the 4th kill here, but yeah. Yoshino, to be honest, is making me ask more questions than it actually answers, in terms of why does this ship exist when there's a Zhao? Like, no, the other way around. Why does Zhao exist when Yoshino exists? Like, you have better AP, you have better HE, but you keep like the reload. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. Zhao has even better dispersion, but the thing is, you pen 50mm and more with Yoshino while having hard-hitting AP at ranges against cruisers. And you have way more HP to deal with too. Your torps are easier to use. Like, I don't know, man. Like in rushing scenarios, Yoshino can easily drive by people with the torps. Zhao has a big problem. That is a fucking awful spec, by the way. And I will respec it real quick for the last game. I will actually do that. Ah, yeah, genau. Yeah. He can drop Superintendent on Yoshino. See? That's like nice. You want this, especially like gun feeder, because you have the heavy guns. Turtles is awful, so this is like the basic spec. You would only need what? That's 15 points. No, 14 points actually to make Yoshino completely viable. Since you can drop this, you get 4 heals base. And then now it's interesting what you could go for. You can go for top grade or numbered. It's a recommended skill. We're trying to figure out live what the ship is supposed to be spec'd as. Outnumbered is dog on it because it has 20k, more than 20k range. So I guess it's top grade and torpedo damage. I guess that's what I would go for, because if you hit a torp, you at least do more damage. Yeah. I mean, these 3 points, like, put it whatever. I wouldn't put him into heavy AG though, because you do want to have the 11-9 concealment on a heavy cruiser. That's kind of sus. So yeah, let's hop into the next game. We adjusted our build live. I'm running heavy HE on Yodo just because Yodo is permakite 2, so I don't really give a fuck about the concealment being 1 point something km worse, like 1.6 km worse, not 10 but 11.6 or something. Because it's just like some permakite cancer cruiser anyway, it sucks dick. But on Yoshino it's like, you kind of want to have better concealment for this kind of hard-hitting AP and stuff. It definitely helps out. Next game. Cruiser heavy to Takeshi's Castle. That's kind of nice to see. Like, you do want to see the new IGN cruiser line in the enemy team a lot. Is Maltese 9 in the enemy team? Yo, based. Okay. We have I think Malta is streaming at the moment. Just recording a video. Well, yeah. We got a flank spawn, we'll go into the C flank again. This side offers us great opportunities to shoot people from here into this area. So we're going to use that. What does my torp damage now? 24. Well, I don't know, man. That 3-point skill, I don't know. I mean, you could also go for 1% more fire chance, I guess, and spec something else. I mean, then again, 1% fire doesn't really do much for 27 base. Or 26 base on the flags at 27. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. We're lucky that we don't get a submarine or a carrier. Last game the submarine spawned on the other side, but the carrier was fucking around. It's a bit of a shit moment if you get Specifically a Malta and a heavy cruiser, just because the torpedoes are super hard hitting and easy to aim, so these motherfuckers can easily grief you out. Thankfully it didn't come to it, but yeah. You keep AP loaded again. Go into the flank fast. What else is there? We have a Guden. We have a... Like, Guden is easy to farm for us. We also pen it everywhere. Napoli, we pen deck actually, apart from other... Like, other cruisers don't do that. Question is, what is Clausewitz's deck, to be fair? Do I pen Clausewitz's deck? 52. I think... Wasn't Clausewitz 50 straight? Or was it 58 or something? Some weird number. Yeah, well, the battleships, I don't care. This is like free farm anyway. If I see a BB, I can farm it. That's kind of the purpose of the ship. Like, if you want to play some AFK kite shit. Wait a minute, was I spotted while I was looking at the... No. Oh! You get citadel across the map already. That's pretty epic. No gonna lie, mate. Is the Salem gonna pop radar here? Because I can... Hello, can you radar? 8-5, radar? You on a radar? Hello? Ah, nice. He surface lights him, but sadly too late. Can't shoot him anymore. A real fucking bomber. Then again, the Druid is already in the mouth of the Z, while the Salem, I think it's a Hydro Salem, huh? Oh, the Guden is dropping the Salem stationary nose in. That could be a disaster for the Salem, to be fair. A ship could do 30-40k damage. Because he's stationary. He should hit them. I mean, the Z just died. That's obvious. Oh, look at this. Ooh. Salem lost 30k. Ooh. More than 30k HP in one go. Epic. Enemy team Giga camping on the other side. While we have a free push. Okay, there's a Conqueror, Patrie, and Iowa, and a Yamato spotted, so we're missing an Ohio, right? Yeah, there's an Ohio here, okay. I mean, we don't know exactly where he is. He didn't shoot from here and get spotted, so he may be actually even deeper in base. 2 DDs already inted. One of them being a Super DD, the other one being a Z. Fairly interesting. Still playing the flank. We're killing the Salem at some point. Don't really know why the Druid did that. Allowing them to essentially come back into the game just because he's just straight up inching at the moment. We have AP loaded. Don't know if I keep AP loaded, to be fair. Gonna not use my torpedoes here, I guess. The Druid survived because they don't have radar, but he lost an awful lot of HP for no reason. You can randomly shoot people in the middle of the map from here because Yoshino funny range, but there's no point in keeping kiting here. Like, you can already see on the mini-map that the entire enemy team susses on the other side, so... Gotta be a bit careful about the Patrie though. This shit just fucking yeets and deletes us if we're not careful. Did he DCP that fire? He DCP'd that fire. Can we get a shot out before we don't have angles anymore? The Ohio also DCP'd. That's why I shot him. Don't get a fire there. 8k alpha though, as you could see in the top. Okay, I can shoot the Patrie here. If he slows down, I get another shot. I didn't see if it was fire prevention or not. I think he wasn't even spotted in between. Well, lucky you, huh? Lucky you, Patrie. Lucky fucking you. We're going to reverse here. Because if the guy crosses the island, I have shots again. Not really running the risk of being spotted from this area. We use it as some shitty long-range cringe farm platform, obviously. Yoshino. That's what it's designed for. Then again, I said, like, if you play a kite cruiser, Yoshino is one of the more viable ones because you do have AP. Your AP actually does exist, and your HE penetration is super high, so you do more meaningful damage to most targets because you penetrate them. You don't only go through fires and superstructure. You can pen up to 50, which obviously gives you more flexibility in terms of what targets you can effectively fight. The only things you don't pen is like Kreml, side plating of German BBs, and again you actually pen deck of Preußen and GK because it's only 50. So I mean, I would really appreciate me getting a fire here. Not going to lie, not going to lie, not going to lie. I don't know what the fuck the Ruprecht is doing. I think he's Straight up killing. It's a no fire prevention Patry. Still couldn't get a fucking fire though. DCP'd again. I mean he's dying anyways, but would have been pretty nice if I get the damage there. Maltese Knight completely being left alone by his teammates. As expected. They grouped up and then they run away. Guy just procced 2 million potential damage on a Patry. Pretty fast. I mean, but you can also see he lost all his HP. Hey, Salem kills him. And now interesting what we're going to do. We're playing into only kiters on this flank. Dude, it's actually just Malta playing the game on the other side, trying to make anything happen. Wow. Wow. Enemy team really good, huh? We can shoot open water here and push. I mean, our big overmatch threat is gone. It's now the Ohioan base at 24 km. I think I can avoid most of that damage fairly well. We got a double fire. He DCPs. He dies to the Monty. Epic. Wow. This is just disgusting, to be honest. Does he turn out? They killed the Ruprecht. Guess that's something. Killing our tier 9. Yeah. Shattering. Napoli. Okay. We're turning towards middle. Probably loading AP here. Maybe closing the distance to some Takeshi's castle. Player. And oh, Malta died. Yeah, there was Satsuma and Napolis, Dollarner. Ugh. And his team ran away. Epic. Guess we're playing the game from base here. Is our Monty doing some funny inting? No, not really. They don't really follow up with damage here. The game's just gonna tick out. That guy is straight up untouched. Mana Posse too. Well, well, well. What a boring game. Last game was already bad, but this game is even worse. I mean, theoretically, if they actually managed to kill something, we could talk about some sort of damage on the Conqueror and Ohio maybe. But this is wishful thinking at best. At least I have range, I guess. At least I have range. Imagine playing a Des Moines or something in this kind of match when everyone sits in base on shards. This is pretty disgusting. Do these twerps have range? Do I actually care? We are farming some damage before the game is over. Do I really? Ooh. Okay. Our Monty's going in completely alone. I guess they're gonna kill him. Takeshi's castle on the other side is dying though. Yoicks. That guy just DCP'd in his Ohio, so I'm going to try and get a fire on the conch, I guess. Mana Posse. Takeshi's castle died. Conqueror doesn't take a fire. Ohio misses me again. They didn't have a battleship playing our flank, so kinda expected. I'm gonna go forward into the Conqueror and try to get a bit more damage, because this is kinda tragic shit. Your average World of Warships experience lately? Since a few months, to be honest. Not gonna kill anything else. Bummer, really. Get DCP'd. Maybe I can be the guy getting the fires. Do we have tons of Monties, bro? We had 3 Monties, right? Yeah, holy shit. 1 million Monty. Ah, nice, bro. Good job, Conqueror. You just effectively... Yeah, one-shot yourself. Good job. World of Warships, the thinking man's action game. Well, since this game and last game was so fast, we're probably going for a third for the first time. Since, yeah, there's not much really to talk about here. This is non-engaging gameplay. Quick, fast. Into the third match we go. Off to the south. Quick, fast. Thought I had some coffee left. I don't. Well, yeah, there's not much to talk about. Yoshino is some isn't somewhat very dependent on the enemy team offering you farm and not dying immediately. Uh, if I would have played the other side, it would have definitely gone, would have been way better. Since the entire enemy BB fleet played that flank, so I could have just AFK farmed. That's essentially what I'm trying to promote here. Um, you you can do the same in every cruiser. As said, like it's just Yoshino is one of the most effective ones at that in randoms, at least in randoms. It's still not a comp ship at all. Like you would never really see it in comp, just because it doesn't have armor. But yeah. And it also gets penned by every single cruiser in terms of HE. That's, by the way, something you really gotta care for. Like, you can push in it, but you really can't push into heavy 30mm overmatch BBs with decent accuracy and lots of shells and shit, because they just kind of point and click you down. I mean, you're going to still tank more than other cruisers like Des Moines, but you're easier to hit, and over time you definitely die. You can get cheeked, by the way. It does have a Yamato cheek. But also pushing into kite cruisers with 30mm pen, which is essentially like every cruiser apart from Smolly and Colbert. And you have different problems with Smolly and Colbert because they just burn you down. But yeah, you can't really push into 30mm pen cruisers. Like for example, a Nevsky pushing into... Yoshino pushing into a Nevsky is not gonna go well for the Yoshino. You get 60-second fired and you get penned everywhere, so over time you just suffocate on HE. We have an arms race game here with only one destroyer. This is gonna be interesting. Maybe our Fletcher is some buff collector, otherwise there's not going to be many buffs collected unless cruisers decide to int or battleships. Matchmaking wise, we can Citadel most of their cruisers. Gotta be very careful though in terms of our positioning and how aggressive we are, since 4 out of the 5 BBs overmatches completely. I don't even fucking know why they put the weird ass Fritz into super ship tier 10 matchmaking. Like the poor peasant is just like going to get fucked. The moment he gets spotted, everyone's gonna spurg out on him and he's gonna die in 2 seconds. God behold, he runs into one of the Annapolis flanks. Probably is. You're just going to see a quick and easy back to port moment. Don't know why tier 9s are allowed into super ship matchmaking in the first place, just because super ships are such a big upgrade to the tier 10s already that it's already weird. Definitely not tier 8 versus tier 10 moments. Like Conda versus tier 9s is... that's 3 tiers above, for sure. Ah, the DDs are literally running into each other, but our DD has a Annapolis to back him, so this Mogador will most likely just die. Added bonus, by the way, you always have to remember with the 50mm pen on Puero or Yoshino that you also pen the Russian cruisers, so they can't really go nose in front of you. By the way, you're turning out. He insta-DCPs one fire. That's fairly awkward. Not the smartest choice, to be fair. Our Roan is running it hyper. Our Roan is fucking dead. Who would have thought, bruv? Nice Citadel, absolute bullshit, but whatever. Oh, I lost half my HP. Ohio overmatched me at the same time. Like to DCP the turret. Time to kite further out and run the fuck away, bro. That's the Annapolis with range mod from that island shooting me with HE. Okay, well. Just gotta activate kite passive gameplay, farming people from distance. Now that I left the HE spam range of the Annapolis, I can slow down again. I was concerned a bit there. Could have ended pretty fucking horrible if he gets to spam me consistently and fuck me over. Our Wooster is randomly collecting buffs in the middle of the map. The Fletcher should be able to collect some buffs over there, so I don't think we have to stress anything here. We're going to be able to just camp it out, in my opinion. I don't really know what the fuck this Annapolis bursted. This Annapolis could just sit on the rock and be safe, but he could also not sit on the rock and far away from it and die instantaneously. Our Delaware also getting focused out. This game is prone to last for a very long time here. Because from the looks of it, our flank here is inting quick fast. Very quick fast, by the way. Holy shit, they're inting. Okay, we hope we get a fire here with this salvo. And I think we gotta turn our turrets and kill the Stalingrad. Actually, we should probably prioritize going dark first. We're going to heal. We're going to wait out the incoming shells from the Wooster, and then we press DCP. Going to go super try hard. Oh fuck, the Yamato. Is he hitting? Hitting a bit. Yeah, you couldn't really stay now, because the enemy cruisers could just perma-fuck me from the islands. My Ohio's chilling behind me. Mozzi, some Italian guy. Gonna torpedo a bit. As it appears, the enemy is collecting the buffs on the other side, not our people, so... it's a wee bit not optimal. Fletcher died, Delaware died, Annapolis died, Roan died. These people are just fucking inting straight into the enemy. That's a disaster. We won't be able to win this game in this scenario. Doesn't even matter if we get buffs, we're just forced to play super passive on this flank while the other side, who should have won or could have won, completely died off. Our Shikishima is now dying, so we lose our spotting too. I mean, this was super predictable what is going to happen here, and they still fell for it. At least I got a permafire and he doesn't have Kuznetsov, so we get him here? Do we get him here? We get him here, okay, boss. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Some redeeming qualities of this flank. We at least killed one guy. We killed the Fritz. Didn't really matter. That guy was just like a fucking paid artist anyway. Gonna heal again. We would really need heal buffs now for me to be back into the game somewhat decent. Otherwise I just have to stay in base and perma-snipe. Which obviously isn't the perfect solution for this kind of scenario. Is someone aiming for me? No. Not anymore. They didn't even collect the second damage buff, so I'm actually suffering now also because... ugh, the fucking Yamato from middle was it. Slowing down, turning out. Sea server movement. We love it. Okay, now the Schroeder also got himself caught. No one really understood that the Roan and Annapolis play like shit. Also the Delaware being nose in there wasn't really helpful, to be fair. At least we have some sort of longer lasting game now, even if it's because we're losing. At least we get to show off the disgusting range farm capabilities of Yoshino. Okay, this guy shot the Schroeder, so I get time now to turn flat broad and get the other set out. 10 head. Guy doesn't take fires or what? Come on. Why is our Ohio staying nose in? Dude, why are these people so fucking reluctant to angle up? Going down again the moment he shot. As you can see, even at 19 km I can shit damage. Not saying it's the most viable solution here. Well, in this case it is, but I'm not saying that's how you should play all the time. But I did lose a lot of HP early game that I shouldn't have. And my team does want to just die. Where the fuck is he nose in, man? Stationary, bro. What the fuck are you people doing? That's so cringe. Yeah, we're just losing every single ship. At the same time. Immediately. Well, I guess the only redeeming quality is I get to farm a bunch of damage. Half decent damage, let's call it. It's not even like high damage, but at least I get to farm something, huh? Mogador is on our flank now, based. Who the fuck? Wait, the fucking Clausewitz is shooting me at that range? Jesus Christ. Okay, okay, okay. Do I go dark? Probably go dark here. I should go dark here. Yeah. These battleships ain't fucking around. I mean, my torpedoes can have range. Can do be having range on the Yamato. Wait, the tree. Ooh. Actually, squeeze this back turret out on me. Yeah, I hit a torpedo. I hit a torpedo. Maybe I hit another one. We never know. We never know. I decapped though. I decapped. That's big. That's big. Pop spotter plane, Lob Island. Da 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 da. Yamato is aiming at me. He just doesn't shoot. Oh, I got my first fire on the Patrine. Big. Is he shooting me? No, the Yamato actually ignores me. Okay, I can turn back in again for the torpedoes. I mean, we can keep decapping and the game running, but we're not like really winning anything here. It's the fight for the fucking golden ananas. You're not doing anything, just saving your average. I mean, then again, we got 0 damage last game, so... Oh, all those range mod cunts are actually spurging on me, most likely killing me in 2 seconds. Fairly unlucky. Augers. Range mod Annapolis. Probably range mod Clausewitz. Fairly epic. Do I get an ass hit here? Oh, yeah. 8,000, by the way. 8 fucking thousand damage. Yeah, we're just permakiting people. Look at this. Oh no, my team died and we got zeroed. Well, that's... You could see, like... I was totally dependent on my team playing half decent. And they didn't. So I was forced to permakite, do my damage, hope that my team stops inting, and maybe win my... and maybe assist with damage from kite. Otherwise, there's very little I can do there. My armor scheme doesn't allow me to play into Ohio, Patri, and Yamato on my flank. It's just impossible. And yeah, sadly we were let down by this. This was all my flank, apart from the Fletcher who entered on the other side. So yeah, really unplayable kind of. Actually the Annapolis also, just... We could have had it on the lockdown super easy, but we decided to kill ourselves, our bot super ships, and yeah, wasn't really much I could do. That's it for Yoshino. If you want AFK kite gameplay, then do it. Play it. Other than that, just play something that has actual or needs actual brain power to maybe challenge yourself and have more impact on the game. But that's it for me. See you for the next video.